In preparation for hurricane season, Miami-Dade County Parks, Recreation and Open Spaces wants to ensure you are properly pruning your trees. Most importantly, pruning your trees safely. Research shows that trees that receive good pruning can live longer. This is the same concept as a building. It must have a good structure, a central column with beams that support the weight. The trees that we plant in the streets and in the house grow in a different way than the trees that grow naturally in the forest. Why? The trees that grow in the forest grow very close to each other. Therefore, they compete, which makes them grow quickly upward, seeking the sunlight without developing many branches. In contrast, the trees that we plant in the streets and patios have a lot of space around them, which causes them to have big branches that compete with the trunk, thus resulting in a weak structure, which is prone to failure due to winds and rain in South Florida. Here are the recommended tools. Depending on the size of the wood to be cut will determine the equipment you will need. Small branches can be cut with a hand pruner, a lopper, a hand saw, a pole saw, or a rope saw. Large branches must be cut with a chainsaw or a power pole saw. To follow the proper personal protective equipment guidelines, be sure to wear the proper gloves, steel-toed shoes, head protection in the case of small branches falling, chaps, ear protection, and eye protection when pruning large branches. It is important to make sure that the tree you're pruning is at least 15 feet away from any power lines, and for those branches you just can't seem to reach, contact a certified arborist that has the proper equipment, like a bucket truck. Keeping yourself out of unsafe situations is the most important task while pruning trees. It is important that the weight of the tree must be evenly distributed. Be sure to prune the entire crown of the tree, not just the bottom or the top. Due to the force of gravity and because the wind speed is greater at higher altitudes, it is better if half of the weight of the tree is distributed in the lower third of the crown. You also want to make sure that the center of the gravity of the tree is as low as possible to prevent branch failure. For big trees, the pruning should be done using a bucket truck or with someone who knows how to climb the tree. A pole saw is only effective for small trees. Another important tip to keep in mind when pruning your trees is to do an undercut first to avoid ripping or splitting, followed by an overcut to get the weight off the branch, and lastly, the final cut. Make sure to always do the final cut, as it avoids possible sprouting from small branches. The document that regulates the tree pruning industry in the United States and around the world is ANSI A300. The document indicates what can be done and what cannot be done. The Department of Regulatory and Economic Resources, Environmental Resources Management, Tree and Forest Resources section is the department that regulates the tree permitting and abuse in Miami-Dade County. Avoid the following: hat racking, overlifting, lion's tailing, and flush cuts are all considered bad pruning practices, and under the county tree code could be penalized. Because we are in a subtropical area, almost all year round a tree can be pruned, but it is recommended to do the pruning before the hurricane season starts on June 1st. For more information and tips on tree pruning, please visit our website at miamidade.gov.